everybody else's week? Yeah, it's beautiful weather. I see you have no brace on. How are you feeling? Okay. Has it been a good week ankle-wise? Okay. You are echoing, that's for sure. Both of your cameras look like they have the sound on. All right, so we're gonna start in parallel then, and we're gonna take a nice breath in and a breath out. And see if while you're standing here, before you even use your feet, just notice how you rest in your joints, where that weight falls. And it's not necessarily exactly where you feel your feet touch the ground. Meaning I can be centered over my feet and I can feel, that my foot is on the floor, but where my weight is sort of in the back of my arch. That's not touching the ground, but that is taking my weight before I add any energy. Yours might be different. You might be all sitting in your heel. You might be all sitting on your pinky toe or big toe. It doesn't matter. Just see if you can have a sense of where your weight is. And then let yourself play with your pelvis a little. Let it rock back. Feel how that changes how you belong to the ground. And let your pelvis come forward. And I'm literally moving it forward toward the mount and back away from the mount. I'm keeping the shoulders in place over the ankles. And I just want you to move your center, right? Your pelvis. So a lot of times we think of center as where our abs are, but really it's what's going on at the pelvis. Yeah, let it swing forward. You guys be here, look, swinging like a bell. Swing. Yeah, there we go. Let it go. That's it. Good. Yeah, don't be shy. And what's also nice about that motion is that it's going to give you a little engagement as you go forward through the glutes and a little bit of stretch through the abdominals as it goes back if you're keeping your torso in place. Good. And then just again, bring your brain back to where is your weight. And some of us will start to actually pull ourselves taller without even thinking about it. As this hip moves forward and back, we're making more room in the spine for the pelvis to move. If we're compacted, we can't move very far. But if we lift through the spine, then that hip can go all kinds of places. Yeah, so then we're going to make a little circle. We're going to go forward and to the side and back, other side, and then reverse. And I want you to, again, keep your torso still in space. It's going to stay over your ankles and heels.
It's hula class.
It's hula class. Oh, it was yesterday? Is it like a week long? So love it. Yeah. Right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so strong in the hips. For the replay, we're talking about the Merry Monarch Festival in Hawaii, which is the celebration of Pacific, South Pacific, and North Pacific dancing. Okay, so now we're back at center. And hopefully there is a little small sense of a little more room in the front of your hip and a little more room in your sacroiliac joint. We're going to feel your feet now again, big toe, pinky toe, heel, and then we're going to give ourselves a little press and just, again, pay attention to what gets pressed into the floor. Some of us feel, but then we start to feel our knees. We're actually pushing our thigh bones down, when maybe we want to think about pulling the thigh bones up away from the feet. Some of you will feel really tight in your ankles all of a sudden. Again, can you pull your leg bones up out of your heel bones and your foot bones? Good. One of my goals for today, I know Lisa likes to know what I'm thinking about, is axial length. The length of you all the way down, up and down. Yeah. But to get it, we have to be able to feel those endpoints reaching away, the top of our head, through the soles of our feet. Good. All right. And then let's flip our hands over into backhand. Same thing, holding our ground. Notice, what does our hip want to do? Does it want to swing forward or back? Can it stay over the ankles? And can we still reach up out of the joints? That's it. Good. Good. Let's do two more. Sorry, my music is so loud in my ear. Well, good morning. Hi, precious. Hi, beautiful. Good. And then from here, let's just take a hinge forward. So tail up. Again, pay attention to where your weight goes. Does it come all the way off your toes? Does it go onto your toes, which is more scary? You feel like you're going to fall on your nose usually. Can you keep that pelvis right over those ankles? Good. And then unhinge, press your feet down, come all the way up, flip your hands, find your length through your spine, open your arms to the side. Good. And then come back into your hinge. Tails pull up. And again, remember, everyone's hinge is going to look different. It depends on how much motion and lift there is in that pelvis. Good. Nice. I love you thinking. Oh my gosh, I can see you thinking and I love it so much. Good. Yes. Diana and Lisa especially really paying attention to where that tail is. Good. And Deshelle, you just hit it just right. Good. That's it. Nice tails, nice tails, nice tails. Good. All right, and then the next one, we're going to start with your left leg behind you. I'll try not to kick anybody. Hang on. And we're going to hinge forward again. So the hinge comes from both sides of your pelvis, right? Both sits bones are pulling up. Good. Now just hold that for a moment. Push the foot through the ground. Lift the rest of you off of the leg. Can you do that? Feel like your abs are going to lift your pelvis up? That's it. Good. And then come all the way back up. Same leg again. My other secret goal is the glutes today.
Whoa.
That's it. So both halves of your pelvis, both sits bones moving equally. Good. And then once you're there, push the ground away, right? That means your foot is pulling away from the low leg. The abs are lifting up away from the ankle. Good. And we have one more. That's beautiful, Deshelle. That's it. Good. Yes. And see if you can drop your right sits bone or think of lifting your left one just as much. Can that left one? Yes. That's it. Good. Good. All right. And then let's simply switch sides. So when you're ready, other leg is back. Now if if you lose sight of your sits bones, come back to 2 feet down. Pull those sits bones up in a hinge before you add the leg. Yeah. So I lifted my right leg, for example, and my whole hip twisted. That already got me off to not a beautiful start. That's it. Good. Yes, I love the thinking. I can see it going around the room. Good. Now on this side, I see a little more legs crossing over, which is this, right? Our pelvis is level, but the leg is crossing the midline. And then there's one of you who tilts their hip up and it makes the leg go to the outside. Again, think from 2 sits bones working in as close to a parallel as you can get. Yes, good. And then don't just balance there, lengthen away from the ground there. Lift yourself off of your leg from your pelvis, right? Use your abs. Lift you, lift you, lift you, and then they lift you right back up. And it's so lovely and easeful, isn't that nice? Is this side more challenging to fine tune? Or, yeah, for you? Lisa? Not twist, good. Yeah, I just see you guys doing way more concentrating on this side, so I'm just curious what you're all feeling. Both are hard?
Yes.
Mark says yes. Watch out, Luna Bell. She's exactly where Deshelle would fall if Deshelle fell. You're not gonna. It's like right under your leg. Right where she's gonna get the most attention from you. All right, so hopefully that gave you a sense of lift. And now that we're back on 2 feet, do you have any sense of being more up? Yay. One of you. Anybody else?
I feel taller.
Mark says he feels taller. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, if it's a challenge, because if we get here and it's, oh, I'm gonna fall, we're not gonna feel tall. But if we get here and use the support and then work on the lift, and you can see how my spine gently extends here a little bit, sternum lengthens. I'm not thinking about this, I'm thinking about lifting, and that creates the rest. Okay, so let's see. Lisa, you have to tell me when we can jump again. No, it's too fun. So let's see, where am I going here? Plies, please. So let's take our straps. We're gonna warm up the hips and just go second position plie. Press out to the side. Pull your pelvis back with your abs, right? So we're thinking about, just like we did from the ground, now we're pulling ourselves away using our abdominals. Good, and then just come back up. So doing it again. So it doesn't matter which way. If you want to alternate sides, you can, but I want you to pull. Feel your pelvis pull you back. Remember when we played with where our weight is? Now we're using our abs to create that pull against the strap. Which way are you going? That's it. Let it pull you back. Good. Good. That's it. Feel it in your pelvis, not in your back, right? The abs aren't just here in the gushy bit. They start in between the pelvis. So I want you to pull this. I'm not tucking, right? But you can see the back of me stop moving. It's this engagement that I want to see. Like, right? Like we're pregnant and we're holding our low belly. And you can probably just imagine it. Maybe you ate too much and you're holding your low belly right before everything has to come out. Similar feeling. That's it. Come on. Pull that up. Good. All right. So now you're finding that low belly. Now pull your shins up away from your feet. It's a funny little mental thing you're going to do. Imagine your shin bones are trying to pull out of your feet without actually moving your knees or your shins. You should feel a little something turn on under here, a little more in maybe your pelvic floor turn on. And you might feel your feet more solid on the ground. Yeah, right? They have to press down the more you lift up. Yeah. Yeah. Is that idea working in your brain, Lisa and Deshelle? It is? Yeah? Okay, good. All right, good. Gotcha. All right. Thank you for letting me know. Without your brace on, it's harder for me to mentally go, okay, she's got to watch out for that. She's got to watch out for that. Not watch out for it, but just care for it. Yeah, okay. So then we're going to hold it. I just happen to be to my left. Good, and we're using the abdominals to pull us back. We're pulling the shin bones up, and then we're going to lift both heels up. Get a little bit lower. Good. Put both heels down. Good. What happens? Just see. No judgment. Just notice, right? So first start. Pelvis pulled back with the abs. Shin bones up. Then lift onto heels. Good. Yeah. Different the second time. Good. I want you to take it slow. Good. And I want you to work all the little parts. Pelvis, shins, lift, big toe, second toe. Can you roll onto big toe, second toe? I see some of this. I'm on binkies. I want you to get all the way over there. And it's going to intensify that feeling up under the adductor. Yeah, so Diane, that if you're overpronating, right, and you're only on the big toe and you don't have second, right? It's when we say big toe, it's 1, 2, 3. Pinky toes reaching down, but we're not rolled onto it. So you can be on 1, 2, 3. That's a good question for the replay. She's asking about toes. If you're on 1, 2, 3, your pinky toe is still reaching down. Most of us, it will not actually touch the ground because of the way feet are shaped, unless you have a square line of toes, which is a shape, but less common. When you're down, yeah, but big toe is still down. We don't give it up. And then as you raise, you want to get first, second, third. Pinky reaches out. And then while you're there, if you can add on, what if you pull your shins up away from your feet? Then that should get extra butt, extra adductors. Everyone else, does that make sense? Okay. Yes, like, okay, good. Diana's question is a good one because sometimes I don't cue the whole foot because I assume you remember because we've been doing this for a while. But you're reminding me that I should remind you more. How's that? You're 62? Ah, awesome. Ah, yeah. Yeah, so let's do this in slow motion together. Let's do this in slow motion. You know how sometimes in warm-up I'll have you rock to the outsides and then roll up and end up on tiptoe on 1, 2, 3, right? So let's do that because this is fun to feel. This is fun to feel. I'm just gonna do it facing you, but we're in our plie. Outside of feet, big toe is down, but the weight is back to the back, right? And then we're going to start lifting the feet. You'll feel you're on the outside toes. Rock them to the inside toes and feel the power change. Yeah, you still have pinky reaching down. It doesn't give up. It's still looking for the ground. But now you've done a slow motion, getting ready to jump kind of a motion, right? That's how your jump would happen. Hopefully, we don't want to jump from the outsides. Yeah, can you feel that, you guys? Like your body's ready to launch. Okay. So, go ahead and shake it out. Come back to center and then just be in your body for a second. Hopefully you feel, again, a little more space between rib and hip just from, pardon me, from getting that sense of ground, yes, where you are on the ground and lifting away from it. Let's give ourselves a nice roll down because we've been holding ourselves up so much. So inhale and exhale, let your spine round. And as you go rounding, what if your feet keep reaching out of your ankles toward the ground? And then you can round yourself back up. On the way up, we'll do a high pull. So we'll pull the fists up to the shoulders and then up to the sky. Good. And then here, now really heels reaching down, shins, quads pulling up, spine's lifting out of the hips. Good. All right. And then bring the fists down and round down again. Maybe this time pressing a little further past your legs as you go down. And then releasing them all the way forward. That's it. Good. And then exhale, scoop it in. Again, push past your legs as you come up. Keep your abs lifted. Push the ground away with your feet. Good. And then tuck those elbows. Bring your arms all the way up. Pull, pull, and pull. Good. And we'll do one more time. So right here, I'm getting up and over my fists while my legs reach down, my heels reach down. That's it. That's it. Come on, keep reaching. Keep opening up the space. Good. Yeah, nice, Diana. Good length. That's nice. All right, so we're going to do just a quick little back to mount because I want to get into the bar back on. But first we'll do back to mount with the straps just to sort of warm us up in this direction because we're going to need it. All right. So now we are holding our ground, right? Nice and tall. Just with a small amount of tension here, right? With your straps at your shoulders. Feel your weight. Where is it? So let's play. Pelvis forward, pelvis back, right? Shoulders stay in place. So the tension shouldn't change on your strap. It's right here. And you're letting that pelvis rock. I'm not tucking and untucking. That's the twerk, right? We're just going to shift it and shift it. So I'm going to show you Mark.
Uh-oh.
No, not bad. He's illustrative. See how his head is going forward and going back. Now he's had spine surgery, so this is a little harder for him, but he's going to try to let himself move just his pelvis forward. Push it at the wall and not tuck, just push the whole thing forward. So this is harder and smaller, but he has more spine that is mobile. So even though he has a little part that's had surgery here, he should still be able to let this and this move. Can you see that's all moving away, the lower thoracic? Yeah, that's it. Yep, good. Does that make sense? And so if you wanted to take your hands down to your ribs instead of your shoulders, if that's helpful, you could put your hands on your ribs. Hold tight. Pull your backside away from you. Push your backside forward. And some of us, it's going to be easier one direction than the other. Most of us, it's going to be easier going back. Yeah? That's it. Boy, this is good for me to see. Yeah, can you guys do it one more time? I just kind of want to stick it in my head. What I'm looking at. That's it, just shell. Good. Go a little more forward, Lisa. See if your hips will push forward a little bit. Let them try to get in front of you. Use your glutes, not your back only, right? Push from the hip. That's it. Good, good. Good. Diana, you're a girl of the islands. It's almost like you're pushing out. Yes. Yes, they are. They will. Good. Yes. Lisa's noticing that as she pushes her hips forward, it feels like the front of the hips are opening up. Yes, exactly. Okay. So now take that sensation, come back to your center. And again, we should hopefully have a little sense of lightness again after we've just done that little exercise. See if you can keep it as you add your hands pressing forward. So hopefully that's giving you back the length, the sense of length in your body. Feet are, again, pulling away from your shin bones. Spines are lifting up out of those hips, which you just made a little more mobile. You just showed yourself that you don't have to stay stuck in your hip. That's it. Good. Good. One more. All right. And then we're going to fall forward into our floating plank. Good. And then we're going to keep on going with that chest press, elbows in. So what happened? Did you just settle into your small of your back? Maybe you settled into your knees, right? You might have just pushed yourself into your knees and that's what's holding you up. Can you reach the heels back? Can you push your hip forward just like you did for that little drill, the hip swing drill? Good. And then feel your abs holding you and keep the length in your spine. That's it. Good. And one more time. Press those arms, good. And then we're just going to take the right arm up to the ear, bring it back down, set the shoulders wide. Left arm up to the ear, good. And just so when your right comes up, you can look for a little more stretch. You can try to pull your armpit higher without side bending to your left. Just let that shoulder stretch up. Yeah, yeah. Good. Nice. All right. And then we're going to flutter. So arms are going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, like 100. Collarbones stay wide. And then they both flutter their way up. Good. And then see how high they can get, maybe all the way next to your ears. When they're next to your ears, notice how much your butt comes back. Mine does. I got to push it forward again. And then bring it back down. Shh, and then the abs will turn on. Good. Da, da, da. That's it. Good. There we go. Come on, hips. Come on, hips. Help us out. The higher the arms go. Good. And then back down. Good. And one more time up. Good. Now keep those arms up. Good. Press them down to the sides. Out to a T shape. Bring them back up. Good. Out to the side. Good. Bring them back up. Instead of laying in your arms as you bring them down, what if you lifted your spine out of those hips that are pushing forward? Out to the side, out to the side. Good. Good. One more. Good. And then hold them out to the side. Hug a tree. Good. Okay, push your hip forward a little bit past your torso. Can you push your hip forward past your torso? So that means your torso has to pull back. That's at least even more. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Good, good. And then just give me a teeny little bit of wrap of your glutes. So as you push that hip forward, just feel the leg bones wrap back a little. Good, yes, I can see that. Very nice, good. That's it, Diana. After you shook that out, that looks great. Good, all right. And then we'll bring those arms together. Good. Sorry, forward. Bend your elbows and then just push away. Good, that's it. Shh. Keep reaching your heels down. Spines up the opposite way. Good. That's it. Last two. Shh. And last one. Good. Then you can pull your center back, your abs back, create a big C curve, round the spine, arms stay forward. Good. And then push your hips back forward again. Now you're back in your floating plank. Unfurl that spine. Good. Notice how far the hip goes without support, right? If you're like me, I'm dumped in my low back. There's no support. I want to be in that plank. And then round back one more time. Good. And then let your arms come down and to the sides as you round all the way down. Good. From down there, let the arms lift up and then just a little upside down bicep curl. Every time you curl in, can you allow your sits bones to lift a little higher? That's it. That's right. Good. Last two. And last one. Good. And then you can press through the ground, round all the way up. And step forward, open up your chest. Push your hips, not just your low back. Good. And then we'll switch to the other side. Good. All right. And then we'll change our straps for our bar. And I'm going to blow my nose. And I apologize for the sound. I hope now you're feeling yourself lift out of that sacrum. Yay! Oh, good. Yay! Oh, I'm glad. Good. Okay. All right, so we are going to face the bar. We're going to do a little one-to chair work. So one-to chair standing, pushing the pedal down is, I think, one of the simplest exercises and most challenging to do well, because it's very easy to collapse down, right? So now we're putting our length to the test. You can hold, it depends on what you need most. So if you need more help to balance, hold on higher. You'll have less resistance in the strap. If your balance is pretty good and you feel like you can manage your form well, hold on closer. You'll have more to push down on here. Yeah. If you are going with more, I want you to pay attention. The whole idea is that, right, we've been practicing feeling ourselves lift out of the foot. The shin bone lifts, right? The spine lifts. We're not going to hunker into the hip socket. And so we stand tall and we just press down using the underside of that leg. If you sit in your hip here, right, if you hunker, it's not going to feel great after a little while. That's it. Good. Good control on the way up. Oh, I like that one. Good. Yeah. Good. And just one more. Feeling that length all the way through you. Good. All right. So then step over it. Pull it back down. Put that same foot right in the middle. And make sure you've got good purchase on it. Find where your foot has control. Woo! Okay. So here's me just resting and waiting. Kind of cute. And then here's me upright and tall. That's it. Good. All right. So we're just going to push back. Straight back. Good. And right now we're going to try to push our hip forward at the same time we push back with the leg, right? They're two separate pieces. So drive your hip forward. Yeah, good. The whole hip. So earlier, remember when we lifted both sits bones, even though one leg was up? We're going to take the whole hip structure, push it forward as the leg goes back. And then here's where a good foot discussion comes back in, going back to what we were talking about earlier. Your tripod of your foot. You've got heel, first and second, third toes, and little pinky reaching out, right? Good.
Glutes.
Yes, glutes, 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 right? I told you, lengthen glutes and hams. All right. So now we're going to bring that leg in. We're going to hinge. So now we've got both sits bones up. Good. And now we press straight back from here. Make sure you hold on to the straps just for safety. If that bar lets go, I don't want it to hit you anywhere near your face. So now we're pressing back. Good. Okay. Now, once you get the feeling of pressing your bar back, check, are both sits bones level? And then, as it goes back, can you lift yourself out of your leg? Let your abs lift you off of your leg. Right? So instead of hunkering down, we're going to extend out. Yep, can you drop your right hip down just a little, Giselle? And same thing, Diana, if your left hip will let you. Good. That's it. Lift up off of that leg. Good. And one more. Reach, lift your spine off of that leg. Good. All right. And let that come all the way back in. Step out carefully, back over your bar. Grab your bar. Good. And then let yourself round forward. Stretch your behind. And then round it up. Good. Yeah. That's it. Pull it in. Press it up. And then we're going to have just a little spine twist here. So pulling the back side of your bar toward the back. And then back to center and up. Just a little therapeutic work. What that should do, some of you will feel the stretch actually coming down through here like so. Also, we're engaging obliques and spinal rotators and back of shoulder and all that. But if you find the length, right, lift that spine up out of those hips, which requires the feet to pull out of the shins to the ground. Yes? Okay. Ready for the other side? Yes! We can only ask for our best efforts.
Wait, that's the same side you were just using.
It is. Who does? Oh. Oh, yeah. All longismus and... That's awesome. That's cool. I have a Pinterest board I think I called it Bodies in Motion. Just of bodies in motion that inspire me. Like one, but they're not all like gymnasts. There's a guy, is he a no-armed, one-legged cyclist? Like that blows my mind. So making good use of our legs, thank God we have two, right? Reach the heel down on the standing leg. We've adjusted our spring to what we feel like we need, whether it's more resistance or less resistance, right? Either way, I'm going to show you what's happening here at my knee because it might be happening on a smaller level. You see that? It's giving up, right? I want you to really keep not locked knees, but straight legs. Really feel yourself as upright as you can. This is you going up a stair, right? Good. Can your hips push forward just a little? Just a little. Ribs pull back. Check in with your foot. What needs to have contact on the ground? All right, one more. Good. Okay, and then we'll step over that bar. Droop, droop. Right, am I forgetting something? No, we're there. This is the place. Okay. All right, so find a good spot on your bar. Standing tall. Whew. And then we push back. Joot. That's it. And at the same time, we think as if both hips are pushing forward. But remember, our torso's not moving, right? So we're holding the abs in to keep the upper body in place. Wow. Okay, hang on. Teeny tiny if you're pushing your pelvis forward, right? It might be depending on you. So for example, me and Lisa, we are good at hanging out right here. See this hinge? Our motion might be more exaggerated to get that pelvis forward and ribs back. Wow. Yeah, Mark also might be more exaggerated because he's a hinger. And that's okay, right? We know about him. All right. So now we are going to hinge. Yes. Find your hinge. It's okay if the knee softens a little bit here to begin with. Find your press. Straight back. And then check your sits bones. Even on both sides. Once you get them even, can you start adding in your other thoughts? You've got your whole foot reaching out of your ankle. You're going to have your abs lifting you off of your leg, off of the standing leg. Remember, they start in your pelvis. This is where your abs begin. Let them lift. This is hard for me to watch you. There we go. That's gentle PT on that ankle.
Oh, it worked.
Can you feel, at least that's like, stabilize, stabilize, stabilize. Yeah, right? Yay! Glutes win. All right. And then after you finish that one, you can rest. We're going to turn our backs to the mat. And then just walk away and let the bar pull behind you. And for a moment, you're just going to fall away. You're a big arc. I want you to push your hips forward, right? So we've been practicing where are the hips versus the low back here. So here's me pushing my chest forward. Am I on the screen? Not exactly. Yeah. Here's me pushing my chest forward. And then here's me pushing my hips forward. Right? Can you see the difference? Chest, hips. I want hips to push here. Yeah, I know. There you go, Diana. Good. That's it, Michelle. So we're looking for the opening through the front of the hips again. All right, because then we're going to do a giant C curve. Scoop your belly in. Feel your hips get forced back over your heels. And then bow. Good. Unfurl slowly as you push your hips forward again. Glutes are on. You're extended through your spine. Good. Exhale. Push with your arms. Feel your abs pull in. Hips come back over your heels a little bit as you bow. And then extend. Hips push. Glutes on. Right? It's not a fall. Glutes should be on. Good, better. And one more time. I want to watch you bow. Abs create the backward force. There should be a C curve in your upper back as you bow. Good. You have to do the shoulder thing. Oh, that's a good point. Yes, so just for the sake of the replay, I'm going to say it again because that was an astute observation. Diana noticed that she was using her shoulders to try to create the bow. The arms are set, and so she reset to use her abs instead. Okay, so we should be feeling good in this direction. We're going to gently bring ourselves all the way down to our knees. So Lisa, you're going to want to scoot your mat over. And anybody else who needs cushions for knees, we're going to be on our knees for a second. Oh my gosh, how did I get this time? So we just step gently down and gently down. Okay, so we're gonna just press here. Feel how your glutes hopefully turn on. My toes are curled under, so I'm on the soft pad of my toe, not the toenail. Good. And you have, most of us will have big toe and second toe on the ground. If you're feeling third, fourth, fifth, pull those heels back up. Good. All right. So we have the sensation here, noticing what we need to do with more weight. So now we're going to do a little version of knee stretch, which on the reformer looks a little different, but we're going through the same motion. If you press your arms forward, allow your hips to sit back. Now pull your sits bones back, right? We've been thinking about where they are. Pull them away. Feel the length in your spine and tuck your ribs in. Keep your hips there. Bring the bar to your head. Push the bar away. So on the reformer, it would be the legs moving in and out on the carriage. But because we don't have a carriage, it's our arms that get to move in and out here. And we're just working on keeping that length. That's the goal. Every time the arm is in motion, which is two ways, right? Good. Butt is back over your calves a little bit. Lisa, can you sit your butt back? Will your ankle take that load? There you go. Good. Good. Okay, because then from there we're going to change it into round back. So tail tucks. We don't bring the hip forward. It's still back here over our calves. We pull up that pubic bone. We feel the ribs in. And now we do the same thing. Push and push. Keeping that pubic bone pulled way up. The ribs are pulled way back. Can you sit back just a smidge, Diana and Deshelle? That's it. Can your arms come higher, Lisa, instead of straight down? I want them to come straight forward, parallel to the ground. That's it. Yep. Good. Good. Can you create bigger C curve, Lovey? Not sitting up higher. Yeah, pull your abs up more. There you go. Good. And one more. Hold this next one. Just hold it. Your tail is down. Your ribs are up. Your arms are pressing next to your ears. I want you to pull yourself away and from the bar a little more using your abs. Feel your spine get a stretch. Can everyone find that motion, that moment? It's a big working stretch. Good. All right. And then you can push your hips forward. Let your arms come all the way to the sky. And then behind your head, the strap will go slack. Just pull the bar apart right there. Good. Now walk away from the bar a little bit. Now you have some tension. You're probably like me with your ribs pushed forward. We're going to push hips forward and bring the ribs back in, and then just bow here. Hold it, slide those arms forward. Bring them back behind your head. Unbow, keeping your hips in place, bringing your ribs right over them. Now extend backwards. Take your bar up toward the mount. You're doing swan on the Cadillac, except for you're doing it upright instead of laying down. Good. Bow. Press your bar forward. Bring it back in. Keep your hips in place. Keep your ribs in line. Extend your spine into the slack. Push your bar back toward your mount. Yep. Can I see one more? So bring your ribs back, Diana. Bring your ribs back and push your hips forward. Now extend back to your mount. That's the same thing, Lisa. Bring your hips forward and ribs back in that upright moment. There you go. Good. Good. And then you can, if you're done, let your bar come up and just swing it to the side and stretch. That's it. Good. And then again, other side. Oh. You feel your mid back on?
I think so.
Yeah? You feel your mid back turn on? I hope so. I hope so. All right, we're gonna let that. You feel like it was a stretch? So hopefully here in this kneel, if we let go of our bar, if you can think of your thigh bones now pulling down to the ground, because that's your main place of contact, and pull yourself up out of there again, it should feel easy, right? You can do your little bell side to side. You can make a circle, right? I hope. Yes, that's better, Lisa. That's better than when you were standing. Super. So then, right? So we should, again, hopefully be able to have this motion with not a lot of happening up here, right? We want to be able to just let that go around. Yes. Good. All right. And then we're going to let ourselves come all the way up. I know, freedom. And we're going to take a step forward on a diagonal and just let this stretch open. Yeah, should feel good. You can take your arm up and increase the length. Okay. Oh my gosh. And then we'll come, same thing, stepping on the diagonal. So I'm getting a little bit of your adductor as well. And hopefully right in here. That psoas and iliacus. Yeah. Good. And then back to home. Ta-da! All right. Push the hips forward. Bring the ribs back. Bring the feet out of the ankles. Bring the spine out of the hips. Cha! Make a big swan dive. We're going, I know, long. I failed at ending 5 minutes toward being on time. Good. And then all the way up. Wow. Nice. Very good. Awesome, you guys. Thank you. Thank you for thinking about it. I want you to notice today your homework through the weekend is, can you just check in? How mobile are you, right? Can your upper body stay in place? Can you let this go? And then can it settle and you find your length? That's your homework. All right.